with Cade out for the next at least 7 to 10 days, because he's going to get reevaluated in 7 to 10 days. So he's at least out for the next 2 weeks. Who is the guy that you want to see grow or step up, take a bigger role?
Ivy.
Okay.
Yeah, but see, I don't think it's gonna happen though, simply because of his playing style. I don't think Monty's gonna allow Ivy to go out there and play free and loose because he's gonna make mistakes. He's still learning. I mean, that's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? Certain players on this team, they're not gonna get any better. So with him, he's a player that I do expect to still grow. Sarr is not an offensive guy. He is what he is pretty much. He's not going to shoot any better. He's a cut to the lane, playmaking, defensive, athletic guy. That's what he is. He's not going to. It's not going to get any better this season, as far from a shooting standpoint. That's something you're going to have to work on during the off season.
Right.
Out of the guys, man, I mean, Stu's, when he does retire, he's going to shoot threes. They're going to stick him out on the 3-point line. It's not much. Out of all the guys, when I look at what player can improve, it's just Ivy. I mean, Durant is Durant. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, he shows flashes of things here and there, get himself in the groove. But like I said before, Durant needs to work on his conditioning.
Right.
And like I said, I've been noticing that since he was in Memphis. So he needs to work on his conditioning, man. But it's just Ivy.
I think it's either Ivy or Asar. I think Ivy is Ivy. He's a little bit ahead of Asar as far as offensively, obviously. We see that. But Asar is ahead of Ivy defensively. And I think this team, as currently constructed, is going to have to win on will, not skill. And that's why I say Asar. Because sometimes you can win on will. Sometimes you can win on playing hard. That galvanizes the troops to play hard. Turn like we already talked about it. Most of his offense is going to come off his defense. I could see a game where Sarr has 5, 6, 7 steals in one game. I can see that from him. You know what I'm saying? So I think for him, it's not going to be because of his shooting. Maybe not even because of his scoring. It's going to be because of his effort. Getting out, making plays. You know what I mean? Getting those 50-50 balls we always talk about.
I just want to say, here's why I say that about Asar. It would be different if we had a different coach. But what I've been seeing Asar doing is pushing the ball up court and then just running crazy at the basket, trying to, jump over 2 or 3 guys. Mm-hmm. That ain't going to work.
Right.
Nobody's out there setting Asar up when he's supposed to be a guy that's in the passing lanes and everything else. Yeah. He brings the ball up the court. It's every once in a while he may be able to set a guy up. Fine. But still, straight V-line to the basket, trying to draw a foul that he's not going to get at this point in his career. You play for the Pistons, plus you're a rookie. You're not going to get the calls. He did it twice tonight. You're not getting them calls. So when you got a head coach that's just sitting there on his fingers and he ain't teaching nothing out there, it's like it's hard for me to see him actually improving on something because he's not being coached.
Yeah, that's a good point. I was more just referring to not even having plays drawn up for him. I'm talking about him creating his own offense off of his defense. But once again, it's going to come down to Monty giving him the opportunity to even be himself. You're right. Like, I don't want him to often have poor offense trying to make plays, trying to go to the basket like how Ivy's able to do. That's not his game. He's an off-the-ball player. He's a wing. So he's running the floor, and I'm looking for that defense to turn into offense without having plays drawn up for him. That's kind of what I'm looking at. As far as set plays, I'm with you 100%. He ain't getting them. I mean, it don't seem like anybody's really getting them right now, to be honest. Asar, I think, given the opportunity to play and not having to look at the sideline every time he makes a mistake to see if he's getting pulled. That's a big if, but I think that is the only way he's going to have an opportunity. And I think they need to give him that opportunity. He's a 5th pick in the draft from our last 2 drafts that we've had. 5th pick. The majority of the season have not been started. Both of them. That's insane. That signals to me you're worried about your job. That's what that signals to me. Is that you're worried about your job. And why are you worried about your job when you've been signed to a 6-year, $78 million deal? I just don't understand. Whenever you get that kind of a contract, you should have the expectation to not be looked at as being a playoff team right away. You know what I'm saying? They signed you for 1 or 2 years. They're trying to win now. But a 6-year deal? What's the rush? Let the young guys build and grow. He's not allowing you to do that, and I don't know why. So you could be right. It could be Ivy just for that reason. Well, we've seen Ivy getting, but we know how he's been in the doghouse with him all season long. So
today, he pulled Ivy out earlier. It looked like he was frustrated. I seen some of it today. Ivy started letting them guards run right by.
I saw that too.
Yeah. So it's like these dudes, just like you said, when they face a little adversity, bro, they just clock out. And then it's forced passes, it's guys not being ready for passes, it's everybody jumping in the air to pass the ball. Listen, I could have took a wet towel and slapped the hell out of Boyan and Killian today with some of them turnovers.
Man.
Talk about somebody who don't even turn the ball over. Crazy, senseless turnovers. Miscommunication going on out there. Boyan, you're the veteran out there.
Right.
And you just throwing the most craziest
passes, bro.
And see, that's my thing. Once he gets going, here's where the Pistons mindset goes, especially the young players. Once he gets going, it's give Boyan the ball and let him do it. When we seen them in the first quarter, it was team basketball. Everybody was passing, looking for the open guy. As soon as certain guys got hot, let's keep going to this guy. Bro, everybody was playing just fine. Play team ball. Move the basketball. Actually use the 0.5 ball. That's what we see for the first quarter. You know what I'm saying? And then we go back to Boyan ball or
hero ball.
Or it's hero ball. And it kills us every time, especially in the fourth quarter in some of these games, man.
Yeah.
Instead of playing together and moving the ball, it's like give this person the ball and let him pound the ball into the ground and try to force a shot.
You're absolutely right. The fourth quarter scoring was 33-15 in their favor. So you're absolutely right. I did want to make this point with Duran. He's 20 years old. Tonight doesn't help my point, but I'm gonna say it anyway. You were talking about Jokic earlier. As far as who needs to step up, guys need to step up. JD needs to be one of those guys too. He needs to be one of those guys too. Starting with the condition, like you talked about. In order to do anything, you got to be able to be on the floor at a high level. You're right about that. You know, he got torched a little bit tonight by Sabonis. Well, he's 20. But I'm looking at his defensive ceiling. I'm looking at him against the Denver Nuggets.
Yeah.
I'm looking at what he did to Jokic. Jokic has 16 assists, but that's only because he was able to put up 4 points. Yeah. So, do you know who he reminded me of when I was watching him defend Jokic? He reminded me of that same guy that everybody was comparing him to coming out of college. That same guy that gave Jokic hell in the Western Conference Finals in the bubble season. Played for the Lakers. Dwight Howard. That's who I saw a little bit of watching JD guard Jokic. Being able to move his feet, being able to stay in front, being able to not get bodied. You know what I'm saying? Like, he made it tougher for him than usual. And I was really, really impressed by that. Now, Jokic still got 16 assists, but when was the last time he got 16 assists?
Right.
He was doing that because he wasn't able to get it going offensively. So JD's not there yet at all, right? But you see the flashes.
That's what it is. The flashes, right.
The flashes. And that's what you're supposed to see from a young player. Second year player who's 20 years old. He can't even drink yet. You know? Right. So, but I was just encouraged by that. He's going to have ebbs and flows, ups and downs. He's going to be inconsistent. He's going to need to be more consistent as he gets older. But just that alone was encouraging for me to see how he was able to kind of man up and kind of be a wall, right? Kind of build the effing wall, like Stan Van Gundy used to always say, keeping him from being able to get those easy buckets. So that's what I like to see. I want to see JD continue to build on that.
You know, why is Wiseman playing instead of Bagley?
Yeah.
I was looking at Bagley on the bench like, bro, I forgot Bagley is sitting over there. And he's 100% healthy, and Wiseman haven't gave us nothing. Why is he playing over Bagley, who actually can score some points when he's on the court?
Yeah,
actually can catch an alley-oop, because Wiseman is the worst thing in the pick and roll I ever seen in my life.
Monty just needs to make a decision. All this back and forth, Wiseman 5 games, Bagley 5, like neither one of them guys are ever going to be able to get into a rhythm doing that. At this point, I don't care who you pick. Who you decide on. Just pick one. Because you mess them with their confidence and their rhythm by continuing to give them D and Ps after they didn't have great games.
I'm telling you what you're doing. You're ruining your chance to move any of these guys because they're looking so bad out there. Ain't no team gonna want to take that.
No.
God, oh God, when I be watching the game, my mind is 100 miles an hour. You know what I'm saying? I'm not just looking at the shot this person took. I'm watching everything out there. And I'm just looking at Wiseman continuously in the wrong spot, making the wrong rotations.
Yeah.
I'm just looking like, what is he doing, bro? It's like you look to the sideline, to the bench, coaching staff, nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing. You know, you can't leave it to the players out there to tell each other because they out there trying to figure it out.
They're a young team. They're not.
Yeah. Like, so it's just like, listen, Durant, young, showing them flashes, man. Gonna continue to get better, obviously. Conditioning takes him to a whole different universe.
That's facts.
So I would love to see him like reach out to try to work with somebody like Kevin Garnett. Because Kevin Garnett, his rigorous training over the summer for conditioning, man, is unmatched. So
that's what I see when I watch him sometimes offensively. If you put a silhouette around him, without actually seeing who it is or a shadow and just watch him, it looks like his form on his release, his balance, even the way he moves, even the way he's built is very similar to that guy. So he may not ever be offensively what KG was, but defensively, I think he can be every bit.
Yeah, and see, KG, I remember when, Dre went and worked out during the summer. You know, he had Dre running in the sand, on the beaches, and everything. You know what I'm saying? Get that condition and get them lungs going. Go to Denver like Sadiq Bey did, bro. Work out in that thin air. You know what I'm saying? Get yourself, because you got the body already. You know, you built like your bodybuilder already. Now you need to condition it. Mm-hmm. You need the endurance to let those muscles work for a longer period of time.
Exactly.
You know, to where like I said, I would rather see him sit down when Sabonis sat down instead of him having to sit down earlier and Sabonis still in the game, make the Wiseman look like a little woman. I need Durant on the court, bro.
Yeah.
Period, man.
Yeah.
But those were some great things you pointed out.
And when you knock me down, I'm getting back up. Cause when I step on the floor, you know your time's up. I'm on my way up and I'm not gonna stop. We headed straight to the top, and I know I gotta face it. I got no time.